secret leaves a trail, beauty mixed with a mystery. Welcome to Nails by Miss Tay.
Hey everybody, it is T. Welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you being here. I have just decided I need to try a nail. I need to try just something I saw. I want to see how it looks. So this is going to be a really quick video, but I'm going to grab one of my, question is what color? I want to grab, so we're going to grab this gel and gel. No rhyme or reason. It was just the closest one. It is a cat eye. I'm going to go ahead and just do one base layer with this. And I did kind of go with a pink for a reason, because I have a pinky chrome over here that we're going to use with this nail as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some 3D on it. And I have pulled out the iridescent from Saviland, their iridescent 3D extension gel, they call it. So I'm just gonna get angry now because I wiped this nail down like 3 times before the video started. And there is an effing fuzzy right there. Like how is that possible? I get attacked by these bitches, I swear to God. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. This is just like I said, it's going to be a quick, fun video, nothing too crazy. I just want to try out a design that I saw and kind of like, first of all, see if I can do something that's kind of similar to it, because I don't want to ever do exactly what someone else has done. That's not my goal. When I get inspired by somebody, I might want to do something that's similar to what they've done, but not exactly. I want to put my own spin on it. You know what I mean? All right, so we've got this beautiful pink. Like I said, it is a cat eye. So we're going to go ahead and play with it. And these gel and gel cat eyes are so responsive. I mean, look at that. You can just get it to do all kinds of amazing stuff for you. I like that, where it's kind of a little, oh my God, my dog's losing his shit. Hold on. Okay. The lawn guy was finishing up and Ghost was losing his ever-loving mind over it. Anyway, I am putting a thin coat of the V-Shine, just their clear top coat. It's a very thin top coat, which is what I like for what we're ready to do next. We're going to chrome this nail. So we're going to put this in the lamp for 10 seconds only, so that that top coat is nice and tacky still. We're going to use this chrome that's got some pink to it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera. You can see a little bit how it's got a little bit of pink to it, right? All right, so I'm going to use this chrome. Be very careful with it. And I'm going to chrome this nail. I'm using this pink because I think it's just going to go so nicely with it and just enhance our cat eye. Once I have it completely covered, I'm going to put the lid back on here because I'm famous for making a mess with this stuff and spilling it. And now I'm going to use my fingers to make sure that it is really burnished in really well. So I just want to make sure you got it all burnished in. So you can still see that cat eye, right? But it's got the chrome going on as well. Now, where this comes to life is as soon as you put a top coat on it. So again, we are going to put a very thin, clear top coat on this. And like I said, where this nail comes to life is as soon as you put that top coat on, you're like, holy moly, moly, moly. Because at first it looks like that chrome kind of took away from what we were doing. There's something right there. Thankfully, this is not our final finish on this nail. But look at that. Is that just gorgeous or what? In the lamp, 30 seconds. I'm going to get out our palette and we're just going to get some of this out on to our palette here. Okay. Now, we've done 30 seconds on here. I like to use a card like this when I'm working with 3D. Sorry if the camera's moving. All right, we're going to do 2 pieces. That one can stay there. This one, we're going to thin it out a little bit. I'm going to pick it up with my tweezers. Make sure my tweezer tips are clean. I'm going to pick this up. The inside of that tweezer does not look very clean. All right, and then it's cured on there. I'm going to pick this up off of here very carefully and put it like right there on our nail. Come on. Stick to the nail and not to me. I almost touched that with my finger. Big no-no. I'm not worried about it keeping the shape. I just want it to come off the dang tweezer. Because we're not going to actually keep that shape. Why did you stick to the tweezer so poorly? 1 second. What is on that tweezer right there that it's sticking to? Let me clean the tweezers and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. I just cleaned the tweezers off a little bit. I'm going to dip them in some alcohol real fast. We're going to pick this up. And again, I want it to go this way. So I'm putting it down on the nail. And we're just going to kind of shape it on the nail. Ooh, stay on the nail. Now, normally stuff like this I will go in with a matte top coat. That needs to come off. But with this one, I wanted to go with the shiny because I didn't want the matte to make what we have underneath. Ooh, we have a bubble. We need to pop that bubble. I didn't want the matte to make it foggy or like, because sometimes when you use those mattes, it makes everything a little bit blurry underneath, and there's times that you want that effect. That was not what I was looking for with this though. I wanted it to stay super shiny. I am just kind of playing with it, getting it into a shape that I like. I don't want anything to be a sharp edge. That's what we're not going for. So like right there, it looked really sharp to me. So I needed to smooth that out. And I want it to be kind of bulbous at the ends. Now, I'm going to grab a brush. I find sometimes you get to the point where you need a brush for this kind of thing, just to smooth it out a little bit more.
Great.
Hold on. Okay, sorry, that was my mother. She just needed to ask me a quick question. If any of you are new here, my mom, I moved my mom into my house literally like 6 months before COVID. It was the most perfect timing, I feel like, because first of all, her place was way too big for her to take care of by herself. So that was the whole initial reason for the move. But secondly, I would have been like absolutely not an okay person if I couldn't have been like close to my mom and seen my mom during COVID. It was stressful enough. I know y'all were all stressed through it, but yeah, it would have that would have not been okay with me. So I'm just trying to, like I said, I don't want anything to be a harsh edge. So I want this to be more like very soft and rounded. A little bit more alcohol. That's where the brush, I feel like, sometimes comes in and is the perfect tool for this kind of thing. All right, so I just want this to kind of be just an interesting looking blob shape on there, right? I want it to be definitely at the end. I want you to be able to tell that it's larger. So I need to, in here, I need to move this part some. So our proportions are the way I want. So by stretching this way, it's just making it thinner. And I actually kind of like the movement of it a little bit more that way. Oh yes, I like that a lot actually. This nail design is all about the movement of the 3D on the top of it, what it looks like. That it's kind of moving down and oozing down. Ooh, that's definitely, so we're gonna have to let that cool off, the alcohol dry. Now, I was getting ready to say that is one of the things you have to be careful of with a brush, is if you get alcohol underneath your 3D, like that just did, see how it doesn't wanna stick? So we're gonna let that dry. While that's drying, I'm gonna get this other one. And I'm going to use our tweezers again. And this is going to be just like this on here. You are not going to stick to my tweezer. You're not going to stick to my tweezer. Do you understand me? It does not understand me, obviously, y'all. That one side on this tweezer, I thought I got it all cleaned off, but apparently I did not. Going in and just trying to make sure I wipe down really well. All right. Picking it back up. And this is like, I swear to God, hilarious. Thank you. Oh. Okay, so see how that has now, it's stuck to the nail again now. Okay. A little bit of a sharp corner right there. Don't want it to go too high on the nail. Too far off the top of the nail, I should say. All right, so we've got that. Now we're going to go with this one. And with this, I'm going to grab my silicone tool again. Okay. Silicone tool, alcohol, and we're just going to kind of make a weird looking blobby shape. There's a fuzzy right there, so let's take that off. I don't want this one to be nearly as big as the one up top. That's why we cut it the way we did. So we had one piece bigger and one piece smaller, and then I rolled it out. Damn fuzzy. Okay, so I'm trying to round this a little bit. We're going to go in here, push that up a little. Oh, pushed a little too hard. Okay, so let's get this. All right, so I'm using the brush to smooth it off. All right, I think we're close to what I'm looking for. I'm okay with the height off of the nail. I'm just rounding everything. Don't want it to be quite as flat as it is. Okay, so I'm coming. All right, I think we're good now. You might want to put a little itty bitty piece right there. So let me grab out a little bit more, like literally just a dollop, if you will, because I can smell that lunch is ready in the other room. Oh, I'm like, I can smell the food. All right, there we go. So let's just roll this in a ball. We're going to dip our tweezers in alcohol. And we're going to put that right there. A little too much alcohol, I think. Okay. There we go. That space was just a little too open for me. I'm going to use my brush. Don't want it to be a perfect circle. It's not what I'm looking for. So I'm trying to make it just slightly different shaped, if you know what I mean. And then I'm going to dip this in alcohol. And I want to push this side here. I'm going to be very careful and delicate. There we go. I needed it to be just slightly more rounded looking. And I'm happier with that. Maybe even have this come this way a little bit. All right. Pushing this up to round it out a little bit more again. All right, so let's see. Will you let me round you with this? I'm terrified to get the brush out after all of this. Now, mind you, when I use top coat on this, it's going to smooth out a lot of this even more. But I just kind of wanted it to be as smooth as possible to start out with. All right, 60 seconds in the lamp. While that's curing, I'm going to clean this mess up and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. I'm going to use my Venalisa and we're just going to top coat the heck out of this sucker. Come on. So I'm not being very neat about this because I want to make sure to get it in all of my little cracks and crevices. Okay, so a nice even coat. Okay, so we're back. I have it out of the lamp. Now I'm just going to top coat our 3D. We don't need to top coat anything else because it's already been top coated. So the top coat is strictly going to go on our 3D here. Trying to be very careful. I don't want to have to get out another brush. So that's why I'm going so slowly. But I don't want to miss any of it because that's kind of the fun of this 3D stuff, is how fun and iridescent it is. Okay, so I think I'm good. I am going to get out a cleanup brush though, just to make sure we don't have any extra globbed anywhere that I don't see. And I am putting a little bit, just a little thicker on. This Venalisa is almost gone. It's getting there. It's getting there. Just so it kind of fills in some of those marks on the nail. Okay, now, if I'm not mistaken, when I was cleaning it off, got a little alcohol under here. So let's wipe that off. It gives you that film. I think there might be a little under here too as well. All right, and let's get our cleanup brush. Like right there. See, I feel like I got something on it right there. Just so it's as clean as possible. Okay, I think that looks good. 60 seconds in the lamp, and then we will be done for today. Today was a busy day. This is the only video you're seeing, right, from me, obviously. I mean, that doesn't really make any sense. What I meant to say is, you know, you're watching this one specific video, but I recorded 3 videos today, so it has been a busy recording day for me. I am going to get done with these, and then, of course, the next step is the fun part. That's sarcasm if you can't tell people. The editing. Editing is, I don't know anyone who goes, oh my God, I love to edit. Unless maybe you're an editor for a living. That's great. I am not. So I can tell you right now, editing is not my favorite thing to do. But I've gotten so much better at it, honestly. It's kind of funny. Let's put this away. And let's check our nail out. Oh, I think it looks so cool. Yeah. That's trippy. Hopefully you can see all of the really pretty iridescence. Let's zoom in a little, shall we? There we go. Let me know. Did you like this? Would you wear a nail like this? I love stuff like this. It's just, it calls to me. So, all right. With that, I want to wish everyone peace, love, and joy. Bye.
Killer nails and twisted tails, where the glam and darkness blend. Every manicure reveals a story waiting to begin. Welcome to Nails by Mistake.